Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 15 of our F1 2018 career mode. I am, of course, Webimoto, and that guy making all the noise on his mic at the moment is Greg. Hey Greg, welcome to the stream.
Hello, sorry.
It's okay, well, it's all good. It's all good.
Here I was having turned it on mute just to have a coughing fit, and I still ended up making all this noise, just unmuting it.
I'm just going to unmute my mic and thump! Well, hope everybody's having a great day. It is, of course, Monday here in Australia, and it's a public holiday for me, so here I am. What better way to spend an absolutely beautiful, cracking day outside? What better way to spend it than playing a video game inside the house? I'm sure I'm getting some vitamin D through the window, and that's all that matters. Let's go. We're at my second favorite track, because obviously my favorite track, as I've said many times, is Spa. But my second favorite track is Suzuka. My favorite country is Japan. So he's hoping for a good result, and I know I'm going to have a good result because the ice I've got in the car is about 70% wear on it. It's great. Oh dear.
Are you at your maximum number? Are you or?
Oh yeah. If I grab another one, I'm going to take a penalty. So, I don't know what to do. If I take another one now, it will last me for the rest of the season. But do I really want to take that penalty at Suzuka? It's a tough question. Like if I just load it into the center now. Goals update is score 25 drivers championship points in 2 weekends. Well, that is hard. In a Toro Rosso, that's hard. That means I'm going to need a podium somewhere to achieve that. I'm going to fail that. Oh no, I don't need it for the next 2 races, but it lasts for a while, I think. But yeah. Qualifying's just cloudy. The race is bone dry. But yeah, if I zip into my wear, my ice is at 71% wear. And my other two at 90 and 86 respectively. If I do another race on it, let's put this one back in the car. At least for this first session. Yeah. So we'll see. We're going to try and do the race on the ice that we have. And look at that. We now have the 6th best car. That's not bad. That's been some solid development. We've moved up ahead of Force India and McLaren. Force India now the 3rd worst car on the grid. In terms of performance, we do have 2,300 points to spend.
I recommend we could go for something like this.
Oh wow, so we got this and now it needs to be adapted after we've bought it. Interesting. So that's how it works. Oh, we'll do that because I need that for next season, and we'll just leave the rest for now. But without further ado, let's go to practice. Let's go to practice. So this is probably going to be the worst possible day to stream. I imagine I'm going to get about 2 people in a paperclip to watch this, because it's, it's 3:25 in the afternoon in Australia, which means it's the middle of the night everywhere else in the world, and it's a Monday. But
hello and welcome to
we're going to do this anyway because I want to play the game. So BL everyone, I worked my own schedule.
One of the more intimidating corners on any Formula 1 track is the legendary 130R. Whilst unusual,
shouldn't have like a driver laughing animation when they do that. They're just like
130-meter radius turn starting just past the track crossover.
Oh,
Over the years, due to several severe accidents, the corner's been redesigned to create a straighter entry and creating what is now a double apex left-handed corner.
Despite the changes, this is still one of the most exhilarating corners that drivers in F1 have to take.
Oh, they're actually swatting a really nasty fly.
Yep. You're stuck with me because I work in the afternoon. See, Lednick, I'm not stuck with you. I'm glad to have you here. Oh, by the way, Lednick, you can try a new trick. If you type in !wheel, it will tell you what sort of wheel I use.
We're going to be logging in some extra data during
You
this
can see
session.
the history of
Nothing you
that
need to
in
worry
your,
about, but as we have
stream
some
chat.
Yeah, that's right.
just
Yeah.
confirm their
Just I
performance
was testing it before. All right. So, what setup shall we use? Load setup for Suzuka. How much wing were we carrying at Spain? 6 and 7. That seems pretty good for Suzuka. Reckon we're going to do that. I should need no acclimatization for this track because I know it like the back of my hand. And oh god, I've had a massive accident. I've ripped 3 wheels off it. I hear the rattlesnakes in the back of the car sound very angry. Whoa, 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 whoa! That's alright, no one's behind me, we're all good. Also, thank you, Steam, for hogging all my bandwidth. I can't help you with that, sorry, Lenny. Sounds like you need to get yourself Steam limiter. I love this track. I really do. Yeah, the rattlesnake's definitely getting angry in the back of this thing. It's funny how they make the thing sound different when it's worn. That's pretty cool. Straight into purple. Good stuff. I know my way around this track. I'm not gonna lie. I've raced and lost on it many times. Can't I use the medium for this? I kind of want to use the medium for that. I'm never really very strategic when it comes to this stuff. I always just go, ah, whatever tire you reckon, yeah, no worries. But I probably burn through too many tires. No, I don't actually, do I? Yeah, I just use this, whatever. I'm trying to be too clever by half, and it's just not working out for me. I just shouldn't try and punch above my weight.
Yeah.
Going to lift off and try and give this Williams a little bit of distance. I've got Pierre coming up behind me. Bugger. Got a bit wide. There's a bump there through the last corner that's killing me. The tyre wear. Protect the tyres a little bit more. Took us to the last lap to get it, but we got it. Okay. Dry all weekend. It's not going to be like... Excuse me, it's not going to be like that for realsies, let me tell you, because we've got a typhoon setting into Japan for next weekend. So... FP2 it is. Roll.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then.
Wow, PS7 fastest.
Verstappen,
Me slowest.
Raikkonen, and Lewis Hamilton.
But of course,
it for practice, then.
we haven't done a representative time. All we've done is just the time for acclimatization and tire wear. As always, we won't do any representative lap times till FP3. I wish GLS was a bit better with their package tracking. I'm waiting for a rig that's coming in two packages. One's in the country and the other two countries away according to tracking. Cool. Yeah, that's a pain though. Thankfully, everything I buy from overseas is either from Japan or the US, and they're usually pretty good. No change. No change. Let's roll. Glass is a bit foggy, a bit dirty. So like I said, I hope everyone's having a good day. It's it's a really nice day here, and like I alluded to, spending it sitting inside. It's good stuff. How about you, Greg? You having a good day? I'm going to take that as a yes.
Yeah, pretty good.
With DHL, they update in almost real time, so you know when a worker bruised his shins on it. I wonder if that's actually status on there. Worker tripped on your box.
Compo required.
Yep, compo required. Alright, fuel management.
This isn't what counts. Back to my desk. It's very hard to do Photoshop in my rig.
I can imagine. Losing a lot of time. This is where having the old components in the car on might really hurt us. Can't turn our whirs up like we could with the tyre test to get some of the lap time back. We might just have to try and drive flat out and then do something about the fuel at the end of the lap. Alright, so change of tact. Are they any good for sim racecraft? Nope. No, sorry, I will expand on that answer. Maybe apart from telling you, you know, or teaching you, or at least making you aware of the fact of that how you drive the car, can, particularly with the tyres, putting lateral load on the car. But you should be learning that anyway. In terms of the fuel, it's just teaching you what you could possibly do if you get into the situation where you're using more fuel than you're planning to. And you need to go into a fuel save mode. Wow, we still didn't do enough, did we? Alright, this is we're probably not going to pass this test. This is very difficult. Oh, rear end grip is gone. Just a downshift there, that's going to hurt. We're just being murdered in a straight line. Against the Delta. Are we going to lose 2/10 through here? We probably... It's going to be bloody close. I've had to go plus ultra to get to the lap time. Oh no, and I've mucked it up. Went too deep into the chicane. Ah, no good. The lap time performance just isn't there. What can I do? I mean, you guys saw. I was pushing that car pretty hard. Maybe not well, but I was pushing it. Alright, let's see what we can do with hers, yeah? I found these tests easier than the fuel tests, so... That bump there is a bit infuriating. Well, I've been on low for the whole first part of this lap, and I've only just gone into the purple now. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Big slide. It's going to cost us time all the way down this straight. We'll be going around again. We might not get this either. Have that bollard. Julia Bollard. Better trip through the S's that time. Traction in this car. Oh, I only just got that. Lost a lot of time in the last sector. We're not going to do the fuel management one again. Let's go to FP3.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are Vettel, Raikkonen, and Lewis Hamilton. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. All
right. So now in FP3 we'll get a true idea of what our pace is. Hopefully. If not, what are you going to do? What you going to do? I guess it wouldn't be a stream about playing a Formula 1 game if we didn't actually talk about what happened in the race last night. And how much disgrace Mercedes brought the sport into. Or how much disrepute Mercedes brought the sport into last night. It's fair to say that I understand why Mercedes did what they did. But it was an utterly pointless thing to do. Really. Hamilton was already increasing his lead over Vettel. There was no need to rob Valtteri of a win in that situation. And, yeah, I think it's a real shame. I think Mercedes done the sport a great disservice. How are you supposed to celebrate a victory like that? How are you as a fan supposed to enjoy watching a race that ends like that? How are you supposed to enjoy watching a podium ceremony where the top two cars didn't want to be there? Like, yeah, it's just sad for the sport. I didn't like it when Ferrari did it, and I said so, and I don't like it now. At least I'm consistent. But Mercedes can get in the bin. What happened was Bottas was leading the race, and they asked him to move over to let Hamilton take the lead and win the race. Even though Bottas was had had got off the line, was leading the race for the whole thing, led through the first pit stops, or the only pit stops. But Mercedes asked him to give up the win. Well, they didn't ask him to give up the win, sorry, because it wasn't that late in the race, but at about the halfway point, they asked Bottas to move over to allow Hamilton to go through, because they came up with some story that Hamilton was suffering from blistering. And then at the back end of the race, when Bottas asked whether he was going to be allowed to take the lead back because they were comfortable 1-2, the team said no. That they were the whole position. Yeah, take the sport out of it. It's not sport. Like, as a driver, how are you supposed to stomach that? That'd be really hard. It's going to be after some kind of end of the lap to get this back. Wow. Missed it by 2.5 tenths. That's not a good sign. To be fair, they'll get over it with the cashy cash, yeah. But it's not them, it's the team. Oh, sorry, it's the fans who suffer. It's the sport that suffers, you know? How are the fans supposed to be excited about races that end like that? It just sucks the joy out of the sport. And I say sport in scare quotes. And who I felt for the most was the drivers, because Hamilton didn't know what to do. It's not Hamilton's fault that it happened. It's Toto Wolff and James Vowles' fault. You see that neither of them wanted to talk to the press.
Who, Toto or the drivers?
The drivers.
Yeah. The most interesting response will come from Sky. Because they've always, quite rightly, got stuck into Ferrari whenever they've done it. And Mercedes have always got off very lightly with their team orders. Johnny Herbert tried to defend it. You could tell just listening to it.
Oh, Johnny Herbert's a hack.
Yeah, I know.
Johnny Herb's incredibly biased.
Yeah.
Far out. This is so hard. What was nice was having the race on at a better time.
Yeah, it was a great time, wasn't it?
Yeah, finish. It was all done by 10:30. It was great. When's the last time F1 was just about the racing and not the team with the most money winning? Probably before it was invented. With the most money and therefore the best tech. I don't know, that's not always true, but for the most part, innovative teams can do things to win. Certainly, the hybrid era has been a farce. Because not only has it been about Mercedes, you know, spending all the money they've got in the world to be the top sport in Formula One, you know, they've benefited from the advantage they got through Ross Brawn being on the original rule panels that came up with the rules for the hybrid era, when he was also chairman or whatever he was, team principal at Mercedes. And they had a set of rules that enshrined their dominance for a couple of seasons as well, which thankfully is corrected now. And now, obviously, it is. I'm not detracting from what they've done. They've been, you know, for the last couple of seasons, they've won straight fights against Ferrari, and good on them. But 15 and 16 were jokes of championships. I don't begrudge them their victories, but they weren't. It wasn't a fair playing field with the way the rule sets work. And that's not Mercedes' fault, it's the FIA's fault. You make the best of what you've got. And they certainly did that. So we're going to get, we bowled that middle lap in the first lap. Wow, this has been tough. I don't expect this qualifying run to go very well. Formula 1 would be an interesting thing. Yeah, I mean, Formula 1's not a spec series. It's not supposed to be. It's a formula, hence its name. And they, you know, they have a set of rules, and you build a car to those, you know, to work within those set of rules. It's needlessly complicated from the power unit side. Needlessly complicated. It doesn't need to be what it is. But, there you go. The car, the current regulations are far too power unit focused for performance rather than car performance. And that's a shame. Back when Red Bull was winning, it was a car performance thing. And it should be about who builds the best car, not who's got the best donkey in the back. Thankfully, this year and last year, for the most part, we've had a return to the car playing a more dominant role in who's got the best performance, but power units, just, I don't like them. Don't get me wrong, they're very, very ingenious pieces of tech. If you're looking into the way like the MGUH works, it's incredible. But at the same time, I don't care as a fan. To put it mildly. As a fan, I just want a good racing series. That's the best of the best and the best drivers in the world and the fastest cars. I don't like the penalty system, you know, where drivers get stung for, you know, using up too many components and stuff like that. That's a joke. I mean, I understand why those rules exist. Hey, Black Shadow, what's the price of my setup? Don't know.
Too much.
Yeah, actually,
depends what you mean by setup.
Let's just recharge for a lap to have another go at this. The wheelbase, I think the base and the rim are about $1,200 AUD combined, so probably 900 US, give or take. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Is that too high or too low for you?
Sounds a bit high, but maybe it isn't.
About 300.
I mean, you'd have to check your local, like the Fanatec site for your currency, because it does vary by currency.
Yeah. In terms of the PC I built for, I think it was about 2,000 AUD. Give or take. Oh no, it'd be more than that if you include the monitors. So yeah, probably more like 3,000 AUD. Call it 2,200 USD. Alright, this is going to be it. This is going to be our only shot at this now. And we're going to get blocked. No, we're going to do that again because that's a G up and Sauber can go to help. Bit hot. I didn't realize he was coming up behind me. That was poor awareness on my part. Not paying attention. Yeah, the gloves do have a watch pattern on them. One of the stupidest things in the sport, but at least it's true to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate how they've got that, but it is what it is. There's not much you can do about it. As I said, it's what they've got in real life, so they're mimicking it in the game, so good on them for that. But yeah, it looks stupid. Always has looked stupid. Oh, we are nowhere near this, guys. Honestly. I really hope it's just down to the really, really shoddy pieces of equipment we've got in the car. and not our actual performance. Otherwise, it's going to be a bad race. I mean, look at that. We've got our ice is at 93% wear. So I assume we're losing some significant bit of a performance from that. MG UK 84%. But I'd rather take the penalty for a new ice at Koda than I would at Suzuka. I'm more willing to stomach a bad result at Koda than I am at Suzuka. So being forced to run this ice, which is just, as you can see, just a garbage piece of equipment at this point. It's going to come out of the car and be immediately used as an anchor on a boat. Many would argue as a Honda it already is an anchor on a boat, but there you go.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Alright, we'll have one more crack at this. See if we can drive this thing flat out. No. Tyres are giving up a bit of performance. Not good. Just losing so much performance in a straight line. Hey Nick, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. You're about to watch me fail abysmally at this qualifying run. The car's just not giving me any performance in a straight line. It's killing me. Look at that. No good. Estimated dead last. But that's alright, we'll get our performance back with the... Hasn't been a good set of practice sessions for us.
There, then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three. Who are?
We'll put the good stuff back in the car now. I mean, we're not going to win the championship this year anyway, so really what we're doing is we're building for next year. Wow, so my reputation with Toro Rosso went down. You're really pushing your career mode. Good to see. I finished my first season forcing Indy to Ferrari. Nice, Nick. That's cool. And thanks for the good feedback. I appreciate that. Kind of like the Caroselli and Nordschleifer. Nice reference, Jeff. I like it. Good stuff. All right, let's put the good stuff. Look at this thing. It's so bad. It's got a bloody Achtung mark next to it. All right, this thing's still 71% wear. It's not going to be great, but I so do not want to take a penalty at Suzuka. My MGUH. I'm gonna just take a new set of bloody just about everything when we get to Koda. Which team are you shooting for next year? I think I might stay at Toro Rosso. I reckon. I'm not necessarily aiming to change teams. looking at the teams list, you know, the only ones ahead of me are the four main manufacturers and Haas. I wouldn't want to go to Haas. I mean, I could make the step up to Red Bull, you know, which is a, you know, I went to Red Bull in my F1 2017 career. I think I'd like to go to Ferrari. I haven't driven for Ferrari in career mode since F1 2013, I don't think. Something like that. But I'm thinking I'll probably stay at Toro Rosso next year. Not even if Minardi gives you an offer. Yeah.
The more respected you are as a driver, the stronger we'll be during contract negotiations. In order to gain that respect throughout the paddock, you need to drive clean and bring home good results. Warnings and penalties from the stewards, on the other hand, will lose you respect. So be careful.
I think I had grid penalties 3 or 4 times and then just chose everything new but still used the old one. I changed from race to race, so in the end all the parts were at 40%. Yeah, I did that at one race. I think I took a swag of new ones. But I've been working on reliability as well. So if you look at the performance of the car, like we've been working on a bit of reliability. Been affected by the regulation changes for next year. But I mean, we've been working on the car in terms of reliability. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, as for next season, at the moment, I'm planning to drive for Toro Rosso. I don't know how the end of season contract stuff's going to work. Do I actually have to go out to other teams and talk to them, or will I get offers? I'm not sure. We'll just see how it goes. Otherwise, I'll just stay, like I said, at Toro Rosso. If Ferrari offers me a drive, I might take it to replace Kimi.
Track on the F1 calendar. We're here at Suzuka for qualifying today ahead of the Japanese Grand Prix.
But there's also another one. It's like, well, what if I just stayed at Toro Rosso and tried to win the championship for Toro Rosso?
Not getting any younger, you know? But you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong. And that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Okay. Let's just go. If the setup feels pretty good, it's just I think the performance from the parts that we had have just been has not been great. The rattlesnake's a little bit less angry in the back. Little wide, Matt, little wide. Yeah, probably the easiest thing in the world.
Isn't that's kind of almost what Sainz did last year?
Yeah,
same spot.
Yep.
In Toro Rosso.
I'm just not getting the grip that I expected. Lock up. What are these clowns up to up here? In after 2, the flat spot would be shaking your table apart right now. Certainly would. I'd be sitting there. Ain't no doubt about that. So what are we? 8/10 off Hamilton, but Hamilton was on the soft. But I'm a 10th up on Pierre, and that's a good thing. Fernando, 10th and a half faster. See how that does for us. Once we get to the time when let's just go down to the more relevant part. So Pierre's now 11th. 5 minutes to go. The drop time is a 30 flat, and we're on a 29.4. I'm going to risk it because I don't want to do another lap. I want to do as little running as possible. Still in by 6/10, so I'm hoping we'll be okay. We should be okay. I have a DFGT, and it's obscene how much it shakes when I flat spot basically all the time. Yeah, don't worry. This thing has got fully adjustable force feedback. And yeah, it can be brutal. Greg will tell you as well. I think you already snapped your wrist on it once, didn't you, Greg?
What's that?
On the wheel.
On this wheel?
Yeah, like the force speed feedback can be configured to be brutal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it can be. Have to be careful. Especially depending on what car you're driving. Like, there's a few cars in iRacing where if you have a crash, it can really violently snap on you.
Yeah.
So, you gotta be careful. I wouldn't expect it to be too bad in F1 though. Does it snap on you bad in...
Nah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought it would do that, so...
No, it's a game for casuals, so...
Yeah, like if I had an accident in the IndyCar with iRacing, I would generally take my hands off the wheel as a precaution.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do that in a filthy casuals game. Codemaster's going to get himself sued.
Yeah. You wouldn't want that to happen. But I think F1 cars aren't too bad. F2 cars are pretty bad though. I found out recently a guy in an F2 car had an accident this year at Monaco. Went into the barriers at Sendavot.
Yeah.
Turn 1. Broke his hand.
Wow.
Yeah. In a new F2 car. So goes to show you can still hurt it yourself. Halo wasn't going to protect his hand, unfortunately.
Yep. Don't apply Martin logic to that.
He was going to do turn 1 at Monaco, and the halo just looked so bad that he face pumped so hard that he broke his hand.
Yep, works for me.
I'm trying to come around to the idea of the halo. Not the idea of the halo, the look of it. I know you just have to accept it.
I just don't think it's the best solution they could have. Like, that's the argument I've had from the get-go.
Yeah.
I feel like they've put it in for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, well, you know, hopefully IndyCar comes up with something better, and then Formula 1 steals it. But it wouldn't be very Formula 1 to take a good idea from another series. Too arrogant.
Yeah, you got to come up with your own bad ideas.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, let's see what that did for us. I'm totally not expecting to make Q3 for this race. I'm already 9th. And who hasn't done laps yet? Pierre, Perez, and Magnussen.
You're ahead of Grosjean.
I am. There are legitimately people who call him Grosjean as well.
Really?
Yep.
Who?
Or Grosjean. I've heard Grosjean.
Interesting.
I
wait for these people.
I'm in by a 10th.
That's right.
In fact, now I'm just been bumped down to 10th. So... We'll have one more crack at it. We're much closer to getting into the Q3 than the Q3 than what I expected.
I would describe it. We'll get into the Q3.
I was going to flat out into the Q3.
And I going faster than the Michael.
And the Michael.
Become a bit of a meme, the Michael.
Yeah. I was faster than the David. Oh, that was a given.
It was a given.
As usual.
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Ah, no. That's wrecked it. Well, we'll just take whatever the result is at this point. Way too aggressive at the first day nut. I'm sure we got bumped down there, yeah? Yep, just. We got bumped by our teammate, I reckon. Anyway, 11th's okay. We'll take 11th. We'll start on the harder tyre. Start 11th. There might be some penalties that'll jump us into the top 10. But 11th's okay. I don't know what the expectation was. I never look at that. We'll see. We'll see what old mate says. But we're behind Pierre, and that's the disappointing part. We obviously matched it because we gained reputation.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Okay. How did the car hold up? 73% wear. It's going to be certainly the last race for this ice. And then, yeah, as I said, we'll just take a swag of penalties at Kota. Have a shocker there. And then bounce back for Mexico, excuse me. And Interlagos and Abu Dhabi to finish off the season. I just don't want to take the penalties here. I want a result here.
We're live today from the Mie Prefecture of Japan as we look forward to the Japanese Grand Prix. The 2015 race here was one of only 5 Grand Prix in history to feature no retirements at all. Although with the highly competitive field we have today, I don't expect we'll be repeating that stat anytime soon. A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles, and it's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 racetrack. The drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. And keep an eye out for overtakes going into the final chicane.
There's the Japanese Air Force showing off their wares.
Qualifying session yesterday. Let's take a look at how the cars line up. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying.
Front row for Ferrari.
World champion. And Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we
Bottas,
have Bottas, Ricciardo, Nico Hülkenberg, and Grosjean. Gasly, Wood.
Okay, so we got up to 8 with penalties. So Hamilton got a penalty. So did Verstappen.
Van Dorn, Marcus Ericsson, and Stroll, Sirotkin, Alonso, Kevin Magnussen, and Sergio Perez. Leclerc and Esteban Ocon.
Lots of
rounds
penalties.
off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
This is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching.
Definitely a one stop. That's what we're doing. 27.5 laps. Let's put a little bit of extra fuel in the car. Let's do it.
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
We're on the inside for 1 and 2 as well, which is good. Very, very fast into that kink though. Chance of accident very high. So of our direct competitors will be starting the highest on the soft tyre. We will definitely be able to one-stop this race. I'm not sure about whether the cars starting on a super soft will have the option of one-stopping. So that will be interesting for us. And we're going to be in on lap 12. So the tyres aren't going to last that long, are they? If the soft's only doing 12 laps, it's not going to be that magnificent. Lose control of this car at some point very, very soon, I would imagine. There we go. Let's just hope for a good race. Try and get some points. Try and work our way forward off the start. Take advantage of our pit stop
the rest of the grid is forming up.
Strategy.
Be patient and watch for the lights. Virtual safety car deployed. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. Virtual safety car is deployed. VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
God, the car just didn't want to turn in it. Oh, look at me, I'm Valtteri Bottas.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on that.
Shut up. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry guys, I'm not taking that. That was ridiculous. I feel like I got a tag there. I just want to have a race where I don't get taken out by the AI. Of course, it's too much to ask in this game because the AI is just hyper aggressive.
I've got a sneaky suspicion at the... I come out of the last corner and I'm losing a lot of time, and it's going to make me very susceptible. Wow, I've just got no performance in a straight line.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
Good, so it was just enough to stop me from having a go back at him. And now I'm going to get done by Stroll. Shut up!
Copy that.
Someone's in the pits already. This is going to be a problem for me the whole race. Whoa! I mean, that's a race ender. I mean, in terms of competitive. So, yeah, let's pretend that didn't happen. I don't really know why it happened, but there you go. I just want to have fun races. We'll just try and lay off the flashbacks here. Just try and have a clean race. We are so hurting in a straight line though. I don't know if I'm carrying too much wing or not. But that bump is costing us a lot of time that doesn't seem to be costing the AI. Don't know if it's a ride height issue. Oh. Frig off, Lance! Learn to take no for an answer, mate.
Hey Mikos, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I'm not taking that. I'm not taking suicidal AI. And then AI that can't drive properly. Oh well. Oh, a lot of damage up here. Oh, no grip. The AI does not seem to be bothered about that bump at all. I'm gonna have to deal with this the whole race. Frig! Why do you have to turn in on me? I mean, yeah, it was ambitious on my part, but bloody hell. Have that then. The AI has no common sense in this game. No common sense. That's ambitious. They just dive bomb you into turn 1 and then run wide. Far out. Oh, good. Listen, I'm going to be dive bombed into 1 this time. It's probably not going to 6 there, I reckon. The front of the car's just not there for it. Oh, it's the same thing we did in quali. Yeah, clever. Well done, Kimmy. We're still 4 laps away from our stop, and the rears don't feel like they're in good shape. Doesn't help when he's trolled off the road down at the the first Dagna. Mick Goss, thank you for the follow. Oh, the subscription. I really appreciate it. Gentleman and a scholar. Got a little love tap from Sebastian on the way through there just to punch me offline. That was nice of him. Sebastian on a super soft. He's definitely not going to the end. Good, I'm going to get back into the train of getting bloody bombed into turn 1 now. Keep braking way too late for that last chicane. It's probably one of the things contributing to me being relentlessly caught down this straight. Alright, so we're in this lap. Jeff's not talking to us because I told him to shut up before, so...
Understood, stopping this lap.
Tyres are cold.
in the pits.
Whoa! Oh, wasted. Oh, wow. That bump. With the, oh, now I've got no grip. With the overtake revs turned on. Just a bit too much wheel spin. Ooh.
How goes it?
So I just hustle my way back past Fernando. P6 at the moment, but I just had to use a flashback because I dropped it coming out of the last corner, went over the bump, and I just turned my ears up. So I had a bit too much wheel spin, bit too much torque for the throttle input, and it spat me around, and I hit the wall on the entrance to the pit lane. So I got in my DeLorean and hit 88 miles an hour, and back I went. I forgot to turn my revs down after that too. That was silly. Used up a bit too much. They do a lot of harvesting at Suzuka. That bump doesn't seem to bother the AI at all, though. Only me. So it might be a ride height thing. Whoa. Oh, far out. Let's just replay that as well. I came out of the hairpin and just picked up the throttle and spun it around.
Okay.
I didn't feel like I drove it any differently than previously, but anyway. I really need to get around to charging my battery. And not hitting bollards. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, suicidal AI. Absolutely suicidal AI. Just boxing me, just bloody pinching me in.
Kill him.
Kill him. Go on, kill him. Hey Senraku, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. I believe there was some team radio last night you can add to your compilation. Okay, Valtteri, this is James. Need to let Lewis through for the championship, please. He has
James that did James? I don't think James came in there.
No, he did. Yeah, it was yeah, James done it.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Valtteri would have known as soon as he heard James on the radio what was going to happen. You want funny stuff? Well, I mean, it was funny if you're one of those morbid nihilist kind of people. And you just want to see a sport commit seppuku. So we're currently P5. I mean, we've had quite a few flashbacks, I'm not going to lie. But, you guys know what I'm about by now. fun races. I mean, we take the result, but we don't want to go retiring from races. That's no fun for anyone. Halo's finally done a set. We are just really hurting in a straight line. I'm just not sure whether I'm carrying too much wing, or it's just the fact that a lot of my components are quite worn. I'm not going to go out of my way to watch the remaining races. I'll just watch if I happen to catch them. Yeah, that's what that sort of stuff's going to do to the sport, you know. You're like, it's no longer a contest, is it? It's just, I mean, you rob the sport of something pretty fundamental when you do stuff like that. Mercedes should be ashamed of themselves. That's my view. I mean, I can understand why they did it, right? Like, it's perfectly understandable, but it wasn't necessary. Yeah, the AI doesn't care about that bump at all. Must be my ride height too low. I need to recharge this battery a bit. Hey, Andrea. Ah, that's good. Glad you like it and didn't buy it and regretted it. I enjoy the game, but I hate myself when I play it. Because I'm like, oh, that happened. Nah, flashback. I can't control myself. I want the results. Still have only done 2 races. I like the game, but for some reason I can't get myself to play it. Yeah. To paraphrase. Someone was off behind us, I think. I wanted to play yesterday, but the race bummed me out and I didn't want to see any more F1 cars. Yeah, I can understand that. This is what my point was, and I think we were back and forthing on this on Twitter a little bit, Sunraku, was that that's what it does to the sport. Like, it sucks the joy out of it when you can't even celebrate a guy winning a race. Like, it's fundamental to Formula 1. And when you rob the fans from even being able to celebrate a guy winning, then you've done a huge disservice to the sport. And I said the same thing, although I wasn't as articulate back then because I was younger, back in 2002, you know, at Austria. So, all of a sudden I have this Renault on me, out of nowhere, and I'm going to have this Ferrari coming down the inside of me as well. So we've gone with battling with Alonso to losing out there. That's unfortunate.
Head off to do my own stream in a bit.
Yeah, no worries.
All good? Oh, good luck with the rest of the race.
No worries, thanks mate, I'll talk to you later on, yeah?
Alright.
Gotcha.
See ya.
See ya. That was an ambitious battle with Hulkenberg. Hopefully I didn't damage his car. More updates, Jeff. Come on. How slow do you want me to go? I'm not getting anything from Team Radio. Well, that was good for recharging the ears, anyway. Jeff died. Yeah, it's definitely a chance. Finally, the stress of being my race engineer got to him. The Hulkenberg's in the soft. No wonder he's got a pace advantage on us. That's ambitious. Oh! Suicidal AI strikes again. The problem from my perspective is that every time I get in one of these battles, it just costs me more time and allows more cars to catch up. Yeah, that's right, Sonaraku. There is a typhoon warning next week. It'd be good to have a nice proper wet race, but of course we know what'll happen as soon as it rains is they won't allow the race to run. That should be the... Excuse me, that should be the trade-off for having the halo, right? Which is, okay, so we've got the halo now, so we've detracted from the sport. But in, you know, the payback is that we'll allow the cars to run in the rain more because the chance of driver injuries being greatly diminished.
Some information on Leclerc. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
How did I not break my front wing then?
Talk trash, get banged, Hulkenberg. Just don't be dumb and deploy the safety car when it should be don't wait too long. Yeah. How about don't allow cranes to enter the racing arena under racing conditions, yeah? There's a Red Bull behind Hulkenberg. Must have been on a two-stopper. Didn't need those bollards anyway. Very good, Sunraku. Yeah, I've been concentrating on clearing the campaign of late, so I finished off London, the city of fog, and I just started off Ipuramasanam. I'm in the middle of London. I was going to continue. Yeah. I got Nero Bride during the campaign, during the event, which was cool. Yeah, I was pretty lucky to get her. I've only got her up to level 30 at the moment, so I need some more Archer Embers. I mean, not Archer, some more Saber Embers. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a race. Make mistakes. Siegfried's my strongest Saber at the moment. Probably not going to roll Halloween either and just go for Warfare. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to roll Halloween. I've already got one Elizabeth Bathory. I don't need another one. Not a particularly high rate servant for me either. I did throw some free quartz that I had trying to get Jean the other day. I'd really like to get Jean Diar. Alright, well, looks like we broke Hulkenberg, either literally or figuratively. Not sure which exactly. I got Mordred. Oh, nice. You've got the two that I want. I want Mordred and Jean. But I do have Waver and I've got Raikou, so I go okay. Yeah, I did roll some free quartz the other day. I've got Fran as well, but I've still got her at level 1. I haven't thrown any embers at her yet. Oh, it's last lap. I didn't even realise. Sitting here talking fake granddaughter.
I've got Kentucky Rider. As a 4-star rider. And I've got him fully ascended with Palingenis. 7th. It's not bad. I'll take that.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today.
I've also got Heracles as well, as a berserker, as a 4-star berserker.
And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
I think the key here was just the quality of the racecraft, you know? I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we have a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, I've got Ushiba Kamaru as well.
This is a strategic sport at the end of the day, but it's always really gratifying.
Yeah, Maximum Noble Phantasm for her as well.
It's what all the fans are after.
And here are our podium drivers today.
He's my backup rider.
Excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today.
And I have Tesla alongside Chloe for Archers. Sainz made the podium. Renault had a bit of speed this weekend. I'm going to assume he 1-stopped though. That's how he did that. 1-stopped, whereas everyone else in front of around him 2-stopped.
And now let's take a look at
that's exactly what happened. There we go.
Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. And now I'd like to ask you,
Archtoria would be the way to go.
Who was your driver of the day?
Oh, well, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. He was fast, decisive, everything you'd want from a top-class driver.
Standings-wise, we're locked in.
Mercedes have extended their lead at the top
14
of the
points behind Max.
Well, what a weekend that has
11
been.
ahead of Daniel. Pretty good.
Thrilling installment
we're locked into 4th really at this point. Cool. That was a good race. I'll take that.
Amazing performance out there. You must be really happy.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing. It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Appreciate your time.
Oh, Sainz got the podium, that's right. Oof. I didn't need that. I have John, Mordred, Archeria, Lancer, Kiyohime, Helena, Jack the Ripper. Can't really complain about my luck. That's cool. Actually, where is my iPad? Let's sit here and have a look. In terms of mine, let's have a look here. So obviously I have Kentucky Rider, I've got Skadash Assassin, Chloe, Raikou, Elizabeth Bathory, Waver, Medea, but I think everyone's got Medea. I've got her well ascended. Tesla, Siegfried, Lancer Kiyohime. What about the other rare ones I've got? I've got Da Vinci. I haven't done much with her yet. She's only at level 50. I got Nidocris, Nursery Rhyme, Kidetsugu, or Asashinemia, as his name is in the on this, but it's Kidetsugu. Sthenor, Heracles, Lancer Kiyohime, and Berserker Kiyohime. I think everyone's got Kiyohime Berserker though. Helena. I've got Martha as ruler. I only got her at level 40 though. Saber Bride. Kid Gil. I don't think that's unusual. Dun, 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 dun. I got Uriel, but I haven't done anything with her yet. Yeah. And as I said, I got Fran as well, but I haven't leveled her up either. I've also got Ryder Martha. I got her the other day. I haven't leveled her up yet. She'll be good when I level her up. So yeah, I'm doing okay. No complaints. But yeah, you got a couple of good ones there for only 2 months in, for sure. So Coda's going to be a pain because we're going to take some smashing penalties at Coda. Our reputation with Toro Rosso went down, but we're still very popular in the paddock.
Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for.
Oh, an
Keep it
invitational
up.
event.
We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
Ah, Pursuit at China. Let's do it in the F2002. Can't resist. An audition for Ferrari.
We take a break from the roller coaster ride of the Formula One season for a historic invitational today. It's a chance for us to watch some of the classic cars from days gone by, as well as a chance for drivers to try something new and enhance their reputation.
Enhance their reputation, that's what I need. Oh, by the way, everybody, whilst I have a crowd of you here, another game I've been playing over the last couple of days that I haven't played for a while has been City Skylines. Not sure if anybody would be interested in seeing me stream some of that. But eager for the feedback in the comments if you could. Let's be honest, there wouldn't be anyone in the Grandstand in China for an invitational. There's no one there for the Grand Prix. Let alone for the invitational. That's way too much brake bias for a 2002 car. So I'll take that as a yes from you then, Senraku, on possibility of streaming some of that. Oh yeah, I had that game, I think. I was playing some of it the other day before the grand final, which was played on Saturday. My team lost. It was very sad. Oh no, 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 no. No, we might just restart this. We're not going to catch up after that. Whoops. It can be a very difficult game to follow if you don't understand the rules, though. I can certainly understand that. Oh, there's plenty of rules. They're just not very... They're just pretty complex. And because they're complex, they're hard to apply properly and consistently.
Yeah, AFL is Australian Football League. It's only played in Australia. It's Australian rules football. Oh, it's not rugby. No. It's different from rugby. Rugby's a completely different game, trust me. AFL is very different from rugby. Not really. It doesn't have a lot in common with rugby, if we're honest. Rugby's predominantly a hand game, like in terms of passes. AFL's predominantly a foot game. Coda, this is not going to be a good race because we're going to take an absolute swag of penalties. We'll be starting about, where's this, Austin? We're going to start in Salvador. We're going to start so far back. I'm expecting.
Congratulations on your success in the invitational event. There may not be points or prizes, but it still helps you look good.
Yep. So yeah, I'm going to start so far back. I'm looking forward to enjoying my duel of Fangio. But that'll do, kids. I want to thank everybody who tuned in to watch. We're not going to do the next race now. So, like I said, thanks to everybody who watched. We had some really good, good fun in the chat section. Don't forget to leave comments after the video in regards to how you feel about City Skyline stream.
I can understand if people don't want to watch it. It's not really a high electricity kind of game. But anyway, it would be good to get your feedback. So anyway, thanks to everybody who watched. We'll be back with the next one whenever we're back with the next one. Until then, I've been Webimoto, and I'll see you then. Catch ya.